Today, we're going to unpack a statement about human relationships that is just incredibly powerful. It's a whole story, really, packed into just a few words. And we're going to break down exactly why it's so devastatingly true. So here it is. Two short sentences, but they carry so much weight, don't they? At first glance, it just sounds bleak, maybe even a little cynical. But what's it really saying? What is this thing called disillusionment? And how on earth can it kill something as powerful as human feeling? Well, let's dive in and find out. All right, so before we can really understand how sentiment dies, we first have to get a handle on what it even is. And it's not just one thing. Think of it more like an entire world, a fragile little ecosystem that we build inside ourselves and with other people. At the very, very foundation of this world, you have trust. This is the absolute bedrock. It's that quiet, steady belief that what you're feeling is real, that the person you're with is who you think they are, and that the connection you have is, well, secure. You can't build anything without this. Okay, so building right on top of that foundation of trust is hope. Hope is the part of sentiment that's always looking forward. It's the expectation that your trust is in the right place, that these feelings are going to last, that the future looks bright. Hope is what keeps the whole thing alive and growing. And then, finally, you have affection. This is the emotional glue, the tangible feeling that makes this world feel warm and real. It's the care, the warmth, the attachment. It's what binds everything together. So you've got trust, hope, and affection. That's the world of sentiment. And it's a beautiful place. But as we're about to see, it's also incredibly fragile. Now, let's turn to the antagonist of our story, the thing that shows up to tear that whole beautiful world right down. Our source text calls it, simply, the killer. And here's the crucial point. Disillusionment isn't just a bad mood. It isn't an opinion or even a feeling. It is a moment of painful clarity. It's the cold, hard intrusion of reality into that world you built on feeling. It's that awful moment you discover your trust was misplaced, your hope was for nothing, or your affection was based on a complete lie. This really gets to the heart of the conflict. On one side, you have the world we imagine, the one that runs on our feelings, our hopes, our beliefs. And on the other side, you have the world as it is, governed by cold, hard, unchangeable facts. Disillusionment is the moment those two worlds collide. And that world of feeling, it just can't survive the impact. So how does this killing actually work in practice? Our source gives us that brutally specific example. Mistresses are abandoned. So let's break that process down step by step. You can see it's this clear, almost mechanical progression. First, sentiment is born. A connection forms, based on hope and affection. Then, step 2, disillusionment strikes. The reality of the situation, its limits, maybe a lie, it all comes crashing in. And in step 3, that truth, it kills the sentiment. The feeling itself just dies because it can't survive that truth. And once the feeling is dead, that final step, the physical act of abandonment, it's almost just a formality, isn't it? It's the inevitable end. But here's the thing. This isn't just about that one specific example in the quote. Not at all. This is a fundamental pattern in human experience. The death of sentiment happens all around us, in so many different parts of our lives. I mean, just think about it. When you lose faith in a hero because you learn some terrible truth about them, that's disillusionment killing sentiment. When that career you used to love just becomes a source of dread because the reality didn't match the dream, that's disillusionment. When you lose all your trust in an institution you once believed in, it's the exact same process. The feeling dies first, and then the departure, the leaving. It always follows. So, we're left with this really powerful idea, that our emotional worlds are these fragile things we build, and they're always vulnerable to the invasion of a contrary truth. And the question it leaves us with is a personal one. This pattern, this death of feeling at the hands of reality, where have you seen it happen in your own life?